Okay guys, so today we are working with YWigs again, and you guys may know them from previous videos. This time I'm actually doing, for the first ever time on my channel, a 360 wig. So in this video I'm just going to show you guys how to make a 360 wig and how to apply a 360 wig. Now, a couple of things. I did basically put a blue rinse on this hair. I don't know if you guys can tell in the light, but it has blue highlights. It's peaking a little bit blue here and there, and as a consequence of that, I also have blue dye on my fingernails. So my fingernails are not dirty. This is dye, so you're just gonna have to ignore that. You're gonna have to get over it. So here we have our standard spandex dome cap. Now when making my wigs, I usually use a mesh dome cap. However, with this one, I'm gonna use a spandex dome cap just for the stretch of it. I think spandex dome caps are a little safer than mesh dome caps. They have way more stretch, although they're not as ventilated. So I use spandex dome caps when I want to make sure that the wig is stretchy. I use the mesh dome caps when I want to make sure that my wigs have longevity and they are ventilated. I also have two 18-inch bundles, so this should be more than enough hair to finish this wig. The first thing you're going to want to do is apply your spandex dome cap to the wig head of your size. Mine, as I always tell you guys, is either 22 or 23 depending. So I'm going with the 22 today, and what I'm going to do is find the outside portion of your 360, so the part that's going to be your actual hairline, and here it is. It's the part usually with the most lace on it. And go ahead and extend that over where the cap ends. Now, you're just going to pin that in place. And what we're really going to be worried about is making sure that the inside is secure. So, now that I've pinned the outside, just go ahead and pin down the inside. Okay, so what we're going to do here is basically fold over the wig cap where there are kind of gaps. So let's say, basically I want to make it as tight as possible, if that makes sense. I don't want these gaps here, so I'm going to try to fold it over where there are gaps and make sure it lays as flush to the cap as possible. Alright, so now that is laying to the cap, what I'm going to do is just sew all around the perimeter of the lace. Keeping the excess lace here, so I'm just going to cut that off, not cutting too close to the stitch we just made. I'm just cutting off all that excess lace. I'm going to turn it inside out, and we're going to remove all of this excess wig cap because it's unnecessary and it doesn't do anything for us. We want that lace to show and not the wig cap, so you're just going to go ahead and remove that entire thing. So this is what the inside of your wig should look like. You should just have like this dome piece here, and when you flip it over, you see all lace and just this dome piece in the middle. So I think we're basically almost halfway done. The only thing left to do now is to slip it back over your wig head and to sew on your tracks. Now I've already doubled one of my wefts off camera, so I'm just going to go ahead and start to sew. I think the best way to do this is to start at that, start right before that connecting stitch. Alright guys, so I'm now going to show you how I apply my 360 wig. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you guys my base. And if my elbows are ashy, ignore that. I have not put on my lotion just yet. But I do the ball cap method, and for this I do the ball cap method all around. So it's just like the front portion, except you're going to, before you cut off the excess cap, you're going to also spray and gel down the back of the wig cap so that you have a complete 360 ball cap. So as you guys can see, I have a lot of like dried up gel. That's okay because the hair will cover that portion. You just want to make sure that your hair isn't going to come out at any point in time. Anyway, so step one is cleaning the hairline. So I have 70% alcohol right here, and I'm just going to take a cotton swab, make sure that is soaked, and just go ahead and clean my hairline, making sure there's no makeup or anything like that where we're going to apply the wig. Okay, I think that's good. Now I haven't cut the lace off of my wig yet, and that is for a reason. I did go ahead and put a bunch of Shirley Temple curls in her just because, I don't know, this is the style I wanted to rock with this wig. She took the curls very well. I think she looks really cute. I have not had curls like this in so freaking long. Anyway, so I went ahead, I'm gonna go ahead and see how far up I want this wig. And now I'm just going to, if you've never done this before, it might be easiest for you to kind of mark where your hairline stops. I can't really see up close. I wish I had like a bigger mirror, but I broke mine. Anyway, mark where your hairline stops so it'll show you a guide where to put your glue. And I'm gonna just go into the big mirror and do that, and then I'll come right back and then we'll move on to the next portion. Okay, so the next portion that I've marked where I want my lace to stop is to take the wig back off. You're gonna cut the back of the lace all the way off, but you're only gonna cut the front of the lace halfway off, if that makes sense. So you're only gonna cut the front of the lace to like maybe right before. Just cut off this excess. You don't need all of this lace, and it'll be a lot easier to work with once it's gone. Alright, so here's what my lace is looking like now. The back is completely cut off. I went ahead and did that with a razor so that there are no straight edges here. And the front I am going to dull up once we put it on our head. So go ahead and set your wig to the side and choose your method of sticking down. Choose your method of sticking down your wigs. I typically use my Ghost Bond glue. I know a lot of people like the Bold Hold Active. That works too if that's what you want to get froggy with. However, Ghost Bond works for me. And the amount of layers I do is completely contingent upon how long I want the wig to be on. Typically, I only do one layer because I have so many wigs that I like to wear and so many reviews that I have to do that I cannot keep a wig on for a long period of time. But basically, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spread one thin layer of glue. And what I like to do when I'm applying glue is to also make sure that my wig cap is laid down as flat as possible. So I'll take the glue and I'll push my wig cap down with it. Alright, now go ahead and just use a blow dryer to dry that. Alrighty, now I'm just going to place my wig where I want it. Okay, so the first portion is nice and tacked down. What I have done now is just cut slits into the lace, but not up to where the hairline will be because we're going to cut those pieces off anyway. That's why I said leave a little bit of extra. Basically what that helps do is you do the hairline in sections so that you're not pulling up your lace and putting it back down in the right place. 360 wigs are a little harder to work with when it comes to laying down your hairline, because if you want to pick one piece up, you kind of got to have to pick everything up. So what I do is I cut into 4 sections. That way I can work with the middle, the side, with the temple, and then the ear tabs. So that's basically what we're going to do. I'm going to kind of probably do this in a little fast motion and not really talk, because it's a little self-explanatory. So if you guys kind of just follow along with what I'm doing. Alright, now that all of the hairline is down, I'm just going to go ahead and take my razor and cut off the excess lace. So now that that's all done, what you can do is go ahead and wrap a scarf around there and wait for a little while. I don't really have the time to do that today, but what I am going to do is do the back. Alright you guys, so I had to do this portion off camera because, as you can see, I got glue in my lace, but that's not really a big deal. You're not going to be able to see most of that since my hair is not going to be up today, but you want to be careful of that you're not getting glue in your lace. Get someone to help you if you can. Okay, so unfortunately I know that this is pretty much not going to dry because I got the lace in it and it probably already is messed up, but what I am going to do is go ahead and just pull my lace down over top, and I mean you can't see it because the hair is in the way, so that works out perfectly, but just make sure that's nice and down, and you're going to definitely want to wrap this and let it sit for just a little bit just to make sure it's nice and secure. Okay you guys, so basically all I did was put a few baby hair on this just to kind of, like, you know, cover the lace. I'm going to show you guys what this looks like in up style so that you can see the back and everything else like that. Okay, so I just really quickly threw the wig up into 2 messy puffs. I don't know what to tell you guys, and it just is probably the best way to show you what the back looks like right now because I'm like a secretary. But basically here is the sides. Everything is sticking down for the most part. Again, you're going to want to tie this up and leave it for like 15-20 minutes to make sure everything is sticking down before you head out. If not, you're going to have some parts popping up because you didn't let the loose set on the lace long enough. But I'm just going to turn around so you can see what the back looks like. Okay you guys, so although I did like the 2 puffs, I just went ahead and took it back down for the final notes. Dealing with this, I think that 360 wigs are not quite for me. Maybe I personally just need more and more practice with it, but I just kind of don't think it's necessary. I don't know, I'd never wear my hair in a high pony. And if I did, I probably would just try to use my regular hair. It's too much to try to lay that down. There's way too many hairs on the nape of your neck. I do not recommend you shave those off or anything just to put a wig on, but I just think it takes too much to lay the back down, and we all know that the nape of your neck sweats the most. It's where your hair mats the most. It's just too delicate of an area to be trying to lay down lace on. So I'm just not personally impressed with 360 wigs in general. This 360 wig, personally, I think that it has too many tracks on the 360 lace part. I think the lace part should have been bigger. There was a bra strap on it that I cut off. I'm not sure why there was a bra strap right there if it's supposed to be a 360 wig, because as you see, once you put it down, you lay it down, it's too thick to look natural. So again, there doesn't seem to be a point to the 360 portion of it because it's thick in the back, and there's no way to pluck it to make it look natural because there are tracks right there, so you can't pluck it. Anywho, I think if you're gonna go ahead and you're buying for a 360, just get a full lace wig. It's much simpler and you don't have to sew the tracks. And the good thing about the 360 is that you can decide how thick you want it. When you're getting a full lace wig, you can only decide the density that the provider has already made. But when you're doing 360, you can fit as many tracks in that little tiny circle as your little heart desires. So personally, I love the freaking hair. I cannot believe this hair took to these curls like this, and it is holding up through all of this rigmarole, all of this stuff I'm doing, like putting in ponytails, taking out ponytails, putting in clips, taking out the clips. The hair still looks really good. I feel like Gabe, like if you guys ever watched Gabe Babe TV back when Gabe was just Gabe, she was just rocking, she was doing hair tutorials. I feel like I always wanted her hair, and I feel like I finally got it just by doing these little Shirley Temple spiral curls. And this is so springy, literally it's springy. These are 18-inch wefts, so when it's straightened out this is 18-inch, but when it's curled up like this, it's like 12 inches. I don't know. I do highly recommend the hair. You guys know I love YWigs hair, but as far as the 360, I can't personally say that I'm in love with 360 lace fronts. I don't know if I need to just work on my technique or whatever, but I'm just not in love with them. I don't like them. Anyway, that's just about it for this review, you guys. If you would like to leave your comments about YWigs and or 360 lace fronts in general down below, I would be happy to reply, and I want everybody else to see them too. So go ahead and leave your comments, concerns, questions down below, and I'll get to them as soon as I possibly can. We are going back to our colorful lace series after this. We got Blossom coming up. I know you guys are excited about that, and a couple of other characters in the roster. So definitely hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you know when I upload those. I love you guys so much. I have glue all over my fingers. Mwah. Bye. Alright, you guys, I decided to come back on camera the next day. So this is day old curls, and the reason I wanted to come back is because I felt like yesterday I was in such a freaking rush that I didn't really get to style this, and I think the way I like it best style is in an updo. I just think it's way more playful, and it's like, if it's not going to be an updo, why am I wearing a 360 wig? Why would I not try to make it look the best that I can? So I took a little bit more time today. I was a little bit more up close with the mirror, which is really hard to do on camera. Essentially, I did the same steps, but I was a lot more careful with it. So basically, I'm going to let you guys just go ahead and see the back. So basically what I did was completely cut off the draw strap portion. I don't think it's necessary. There is no need to have a draw strap on a 360 wig. There's no way to make that look natural, so I don't know why it was included. However, I cut that portion off completely, and I plucked a little bit of the lace. Now, you can't pluck too much going up, so it still does look a little unnaturally thick when it starts to get into ponytail territory. However, I think it does look 1,000 times better. You do need the little tendrils in the back. I think they look romantic, but some people may think they look a little childish or whatever. It's completely up to you when getting a 360. This particular 360 is just made that you have to kind of do that to camouflage like it looking not very natural. So I think most 360s, they're good in theory, but unless you are like bomb diggity at installation, then you're probably not going to be wearing your hair up in a pony, or you can just go ahead with a full lace wig. Yeah, but that's just about it for my review, you guys. I'm going to try to get this up as true as possible to you, and I will see you in the next one. I love you guys so much. Mwah.